What's up everybody, 40 the Broadway Saiyan here, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. And for this video, it's going to be a little bit different. This is going to be, I guess you could call this a rant video, and as you could tell by the title of the video, I'm going to be telling you guys why I quit playing and creating content and streaming Disgaea RPG. Now, you guys know I was very excited for Disgaea RPG. I've said it so many times that Disgaea is one of my absolute favorite franchises. I spent over 3,000 hours on the very first game on the PS2. I've played through a majority of them, including some of the other spin-offs such as like Phantom Brave, Makai Kingdom, La Pucelle. I love this franchise. So you guys know how excited I was when I found out there was going to be a global release for Disgaea RPG Mobile. So I'm gonna take you guys through a timeline of, how it all started, when I first discovered this game and all that, and then get into the nitty-gritty stuff as to why I decided to quit. Now, full disclosure, this is not intended to prevent anyone from playing the game or to convince you guys to, hey, you should stop playing Disgaea RPG. If you guys are still enjoying the game, if you guys are getting great pulls and all that stuff, and you still love it for what it is, that is all on you. I love you guys for that. I want you guys to be happy and just enjoy the experience of whatever it is that you're playing. So I'm not trying to convince you guys to drop the game or anything like that. But I know that you guys have been asking me, where have the videos been? Where have the streams been? What happened, 40? I thought you loved this game. So we're gonna get into it. Okay. So beginning of the year, there was a closed beta for the global version of the game, and you guys know this because I had access to it. I was actually creating early guides for it because, a majority of things usually in a closed beta, generally for the the official release, is going to pretty much be the same. So it'll translate over well. I had a lot of fun with it. I was telling you guys, this game is actually pretty free to play friendly. It's all about team compositions. Every unit can go to a 6-star, you can play with your favorites and still have a good time. They translated all of the mechanics from the original console games really well into this actual mobile game, so it wasn't too overwhelming. I was saying a lot of good things about it. I was praising it high and low, and I could not wait for it to come out. A few months after that, the developers, Boltron Games, actually reached out to me and said, hey, are you going to be playing this game? Can you promote it on your channel? And I said, oh, heck yeah, I am. I said, I've already been making videos on the closed beta, so absolutely, they gave me my own free code, which was really nice of them, and, getting people hyped up and anticipated for the release of Disgaea RPG. Finally, the release came, right? It was pretty epic. I did a birthday stream for you guys because it came out on my birthday. We did giveaways. A few of my other friends, such as Legions Gaming, Lids87, did their own streams for it. We were all very excited for it, right? And then afterwards, we started to see some things, some little nuances that were a little like, okay, that's a little strange. Why would you do something like that? The first nuance was when you went into the banners, the very first thing that you see is a paid gems or paid quartz only banner. Now, if you are free to play and that is the first thing that you see, what is the first thing usually perception wise that you're going to be like, you're going to be thinking, you're going to be like, wait, why is there a paid banner literally slapped right in front of me? You're going to be thinking, oh, this game is pay to win, right? So, we mentioned that to them. We're like, hey, this looks a little weird, coming from, a free-to-play standpoint, and I know you guys are trying to make money and all, but it just doesn't look cool if you're promoting a banner that is paid only, right as you click on the summon banner. So, we gave them the feedback, and, they actually responded, and they took it into consideration, so that was that, right? We're also having fun with the game. And then the big one happened. Like, this one really upset a lot of people. So, there was a time where people were playing, and then they were like literally doing live maintenance as people were playing the game. And what had happened was, because of that, people's progress were rolled back. So anything that they did 6 hours before this live maintenance or update happened, they were reset. So any kind of gems that you bought with your real money, you lost it. Any kind of progress you did, you lost it. And you had to file in support tickets. Now, granted, they did give a fairly good compensation. I think it was like 4,500 nether quartz and some tickets and all that stuff. So that was good on them. But if you're going to be doing a maintenance, come on, you want to announce it, you want to shut the game down, right? So then like people's progress or anything like that isn't going to get messed up, and then afterwards you bring the game back online. Like other games do this, so I don't understand why they decided to go with like a live update while people were playing the game. A lot of people were upset, and actually some people did quit after that because they lost a lot of progress. Some of them couldn't get their accounts back, so that was that. That was like the first big hiccup, but they tried to make up for it, right? Second big hiccup, which to me, I feel like it's kind of going more towards like they care more about their profits rather than their players, was they shadow dropped a character banner, a single paid banner for New Year's Rosalind. There was a lot of anticipation for this character, and they shadow dropped a banner, like a single daily paid banner, right? Not even the official release. And then when some of the content creators asked the developers about it, we're like, hey, so when is this exactly coming out? Like, this was not even announced. You guys just put it down live. You didn't even address it. Like, what is this, right? They just said, oh, we're looking into it, and we'll let you know when the official release date is. That's all we got. And then afterwards, literally like 2-3 hours before the actual banner came out, they finally announced it in the Discord. So, you know, it was just kind of like, okay, like, where's the communication in that, right? Like, you guys can't just shadow drop a banner and have players thinking, what is this, right? Like, is this a surprise? Like, what are you guys doing, right? There's no communication whatsoever. And to top it off, the single daily pull for New Year's Rosalind was a paid one. So it's like, you know, as a free-to-play player, again, you see that and you're like, well, gee, I don't spend on this game. I just want to enjoy it for, you know, and not spend any money on it. I want to enjoy it for free. Like, what is this banner, right? Really, really weird. Okay, and then the next one this one was personally the one that really, like one of the ones that personally really upset me was when New Year's Rosalind banner finally came out. The shaft happened, right? And I know I'm gonna already hear it in the comments, 40, it's just gacha, that's gacha life. No, here's the thing, guys. It is 2021. There are other mobile games that have a better gacha system, that are either older than Disgaea RPG or even newer, that are already like putting into practice like ways to keep your player base happy, such as a pity system or a step-up system, right? But no, Disgaea RPG, first of all, they have two different banners, a paid banner and a non-paid banner, right? And if you take a look at their rates, the rates for a 4-star, which is the highest rarity that you could pull, is at 3%. That's actually not bad. I actually think 3% is pretty good, okay? The 3-star is what, at like 17%, which is like, okay, that seems pretty fair, right? 3 stars, and 3 stars are actually pretty good in this game if you build them up. And then the 2-star rate is at a whopping 80%. That's extremely high from what I've seen compared to some other games where the lowest rarity that you could pull, you know, I've seen like 70%, even like 60%, but 80%? That's pretty high if you ask me. And there are these other two banners that they released prior called the Platinum Summon banners, right? So the Platinum Summon banners would feature these two different characters on them. Again, there were two different banners, a paid banner and a non-paid banner. However, on the paid banner, it was just an increased rate on the 4 stars. But I have seen some people that have pulled on the paid Platinum banners and still got all 2 stars because despite the rate up on the 4-star, the 2-star rate up is still at a whopping 80%. And again, there is no pity system whatsoever on these banners. Now, I understand on the Japanese version of the game, there is a pity system. But see, here's the thing, okay? Now, I come from a game called Disgaea Opera Omnia, right? And I love that game to death. That is my main game. When they released that globally, they fixed a lot of the concerns and the worries that happened on the JP side, on the global side, and made it even better. Like when JP Disgaea Opera Omnia first started out, there was no guaranteed 5-star on a multi-pull. So you know what they did on the global release? They automatically put that in there. There was not a lot of quality of life in the beginning of JP Opera Omnia. And what did they do? On the global version, they gave that to us early. A great example of this is there was a character named Sarah. When she got her LD weapon on JP, it was completely horrendous. She was desperate for a rework that she could have used if they were going to give her a lackluster LD. Guess what they did on global? They fixed her. They gave us a better version of their LD. So when you're anticipating a global release and you know that there's foresight from a JP version of the game, you kind of wonder, okay, the mistakes that they made or some of the things that they could have done better on the JP side, they could implement that into the global side because the global audience or the global version of the game is supposed to reach a wider audience, right? It's supposed to reach a wider audience so that more people can play the game and more people can enjoy it. And the way that you keep your player base happy is to, you know, rectify some of the things that you could have done better on the JP version and then put it into place into the global version. So what I'm saying is, if there is already a pity system on some of these banners on JP, why couldn't they have just implemented that earlier? Right? That would have made your player base, who especially want to support the game, much, much happier. Because I myself, and I owe up to this, I know I shouldn't have gone this far into this banner for New Year's Rosalind. It's 55k quartz. I only got 3 4 stars, and they all came from the paid banners on New Year's Rosalind. On the free banners, I did not get a single 4-star. I know I've heard of some other stories of people that have spent more than I have, but that's pretty bad. And without a pity, or without even a guaranteed 3-star and up, which is what some other games do, that's pretty bad. That is, to me, that's really bad gacha practice. Especially, come on, guys, we're in 2021. Come on, Boltron, you gotta get your act together here. You know, I know you guys are trying to make this game, you know, popular, and you want, you know, content creators to promote it, but that's just bad. You know, and then the other thing that I want to address is the lack of communication. So Boltron Gaming, from what I understand, is based out of Taiwan or Hong Kong, something like that, right? But since that's their only, you know, that's their only time zone, when they're sleeping, they're sleeping. I get it, right? You know, you're not going to answer messages or things like that. But regardless, the communication is bad. Like, sometimes maintenance will drop, or like they'll announce it like an hour or 2 hours before, and some players aren't even prepared. Like, there's not even like an in-game notice to prepare you ahead of time. Hey guys, we're gonna do this, this, and this. So, you know, be warned, if you're logged in, you know, you might get booted out. Nothing like that. And then when we address it, they just say, oh, we're looking into it. You know, we're improving upon it. Like, Boltron, why can't you hire like a few contractors from, let's say, like the United States or Europe that can like perform as your community team, who can actually provide, you know, legit updates and communication to your player base? I'm going to use an example. Look at Square Enix with Disgaea Opera Omnia. Their communication is so on point. Like, their communication is so on point that there was a time where, like, for example, when an update would come out for Disgaea Opera Omnia for iOS and Android, and iOS would have issues, they address it, and they actually prepare you ahead of time. That is superb communication. Whereas you guys, like, we have to wait for you guys to log into Discord and, like, ask you questions, and you give us very vague answers. Like, get some contractors on your that you can hire from like other time zones, so then that way you guys have, you know, a full circle of communication. Like, I don't know if that's expensive for you guys or whatnot. I don't know how long you guys have been around, but it should be something that you guys should consider, because the communication is bad. And there's also a lot of mistranslations that fellow content creators like Legions Gaming has pointed out, where it'll say something it'll say something on your website, and then in the game it's not going to say the same thing. So it's like, what is that, right? You know, like, that's just something that you guys could really just overall improve upon. And the last thing that I saw was you guys put up a tearful Facebook post trying to apologize. I'll leave the link down below to that. It was a Facebook post that was also shared on Reddit. But it just seemed like you guys were making excuses and trying to act all cute and pat yourselves on the back. You guys didn't really address the concerns as to why you guys are getting so much negativity about how you're running this game. Instead, you're all like, we just wanted to bring you guys blah 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 blah, Disgaea game, we were so excited. Like, come on, address the issues that, you know, address the legit criticism that people are giving you if you really want to improve, if you really want to keep players sticking around and playing this game. All right. And then the last thing that I want to address, and which to me is just like, okay, like, why would you do this? So Legions and a few other content creators, you know, when the platinum banners were first announced, made videos kind of giving an evaluation of the banner, and then they encourage players to, if you're free to play or if you're waiting for better units, do not summon on these banners, because these units will be back on other banners, and they're not super spectacular as some of the other units, such as like the Tyrant Valvatores or the Zeno units that you might be waiting for. And for some reason, Boltron Games did not like that, and they were telling content creators, hey guys, you shouldn't be telling players not to pull on these banners. You should encourage them to pull on these banners. Excuse me, but when you have foresight from coming from the JP side, and you know that there's better units coming out, why would I tell my audience to pull on lackluster units unless it's their favorite? Why would I do that? Right? Like, why would you be upset if content creators are telling people not to pull on certain banners because units aren't as spectacular as others? Right? It's just like, come on. Like, that just, to me, that just shows that all you really care about is the dollars. Like, I get it, you guys have to put food on the plate, whatever, but when you're creating a game with a really popular ID and you're trying to promote it and you're trying to get people to play, you also got to put some value towards your community. Like, I understand you guys have given us so many free quartz and tickets and all that stuff with the codes and all that, and we're grateful for that, but in a way, I think you guys are doing it because you know that your gacha system is bad, and you guys are really screwing up with the communication and all the other things that you guys have been doing as of late, you know, and this game is not even that new globally. And then another thing that I just heard about is that Tyrant Valvatores, who came out much earlier than expected, has a lower rate on his actual banner compared to the other 4 stars on his banner. That makes no sense. Why would you feature a unit on a banner? He's literally the face of the banner, but he has a lower percentage compared to the other 4 stars. That doesn't make any sense to me. So anyways, guys, I am no longer going to be supporting this game. I am not playing it anymore. I love Disgaea. I love the game. I love Disgaea RPG, but I don't like the company that's running it right now. Voltron Games, if you guys watch this video, I hope you guys can really take into account the criticism that you guys are getting and really implement some things to make this game better, because I wanted this game to succeed, and I'm hoping that it will if you guys actually listen to this or listen to some of the other criticism that you've gotten from other content creators. But for now, yeah, I'm not touching this game, guys. I'm excited for Disgaea 6. I will play Disgaea 6. I might even revisit some of the older games on my Twitch streams if you guys want to watch that. But as far as Disgaea RPG, as long as it's tied to Voltron Games, I am not touching that game, and nor will I be touching any other game that is tied to Voltron Games until they could actually improve some of their business practices. Again, guys, remember, I am not trying to convince you not to play the game anymore. If you guys are still having fun, if you guys are still having some, great pulls, awesome to you guys. That's the most important thing. Just enjoy the game for what it is. Me personally, I don't enjoy it because of how it's being run. Thank you guys again for watching. Thank you guys again for sticking around for this video. A little bit of a different one. Stay tuned for more normal videos on my channel for Disgaea Opera Omnia and all that good stuff. And take care, everybody. God bless.